Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, all subscribers, viewers, and supporters of this channel. How's the situation? Well, where I'm from, there's a lockdown 2.0, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about one of the evaluation criteria for our environmental aspects impact. When does it happen? Is it a normal thing to have diesel, or is it an abnormal thing to have diesel, or when we have diesel is considered emergency? That is the situation we're talking about in the implementation of ISO 14001 version 2015. We are now doing aspects impact evaluation for diesel. We've come to the end, and this is the final evaluation criteria that we are talking about. Okay, let us proceed to give you, if you are new to this channel, perhaps you have missed our earlier videos, please browse through earlier videos where we have evaluated other relevant evaluation criteria for this particular aspect. Now, we have to first of all identify our environmental aspects, and we got to determine whether our environmental aspects is significant or less significant or not significant at all. So why do we have to identify environmental aspects? It's for a simple reason, because ISO 14001 is about managing environmental aspects by fulfilling compliance obligation and addressing risk and opportunities. That is the definition of environmental management system as per ISO 14001 version 2015. Now, what is environmental aspects? Well, based on the ISOs, the International Organization of Standardization stipulated that environmental aspects are elements of our organizational process, activities, and products that interacts or can interact with the environment, thereby causing their respective environmental impact. Now, what we are doing here is we are evaluating for the significance of our environmental aspects by virtue of their respective environmental impact. How significant are their environmental impacts by virtue of their nature, and we evaluate them in terms of nature. Is nature, how much magnitude would the impact be? How's the severity of the impact? Impact to legal or judicial, impact to business, impact to client, frequency and duration, which is all done in the previous video. So once we have the evaluation completed, we shall be able to see which of our array of environmental aspects are significant, most significant, and not significant at all. Now, after that is done, we know our company's position in environmental management, and based on that, we shall formulate for our company what is called the company's environmental policy. It has got to be based on our position in environmental management. In this case, it's good to refer, it is more accurate to refer to the nature of process and the nature and types of environmental aspects that is associated with our or involved with our company's activities. Okay, that policy has got to be done in that way, and then we refer to the aspect impact register and begin to develop our objectives. what are the company's objectives with regards to environmental management, and we go in more detail for each aspect that we choose. Probably we give, well, usually we would give priority to significant environmental aspects, and we develop what is called environmental target. Improve from where to where, from how much to how much, so that would be a specific target. It has got to be dated and preferably quantified. And when I do quantification, I would quantify it in a normalized basis, usually in terms of number or quantum of aspect per unit product that our company is producing. Remember, if our company is doing business, we got to ensure that the company's business is sustainable using environmental management system. And who do what, when and how, and what are the resources needed to achieve those targets. These are all planning actions to achieve, and it is stipulated in this 2015 version of the ISO 14001. Now, how do we get environmental aspect? As we have actually published in earlier videos, what is called input-output analysis for an activity, and the activity that we chose is this one, diesel transfer, and those are the identified environmental aspects and their respective environmental impact in red font. And how we identify their respective environmental impact is by looking at their life cycle. So we look with a life cycle perspective in mind. This is necessary when we are developing operational procedures for our processes, which involves all types or many types or various types of environmental aspects. So the detail on how we do input-output analysis for this particular aspect is here in this video. Please be kind enough to browse through and share and like. Up to you. I'm a YouTuber now, a trainer here, and how this diesel is in terms of its life cycle perspective is discussed over here in this video. Decoding ISO 14001 version 2015 life cycle perspective. You're welcome to look at it, study it, and it's yours. You can expand it, you can copy it, whatever. All right. My intention is to facilitate those who are not able to attend face-to-face training, or perhaps online training is too monotonous, so you can on and off looking at this video. Okay. This is the dashboard. This is the aspects impact register, and we are doing situation, which is using short form N for normal, A for abnormal, E for emergency. So we got to identify this particular aspects. Diesel is occurring only in normal situation, or abnormal, or both, or emergency, or in all three situations. Now, what are these situations? This is the criteria's definition that we have come up with, and it worked well with this. And as far as environmental management system is concerned, it has placed this in a very good manner. A normal situation is when our activity, whatever it could be, it could be a process in the production, it could be a process in the administration or in the warehouse, whatever it is operating as per design, is working as per desire, based on their capacity, based on their limitations, based on their maximum capability. We are not overdoing it. They are working with all components, equipment, mechanism, electrical energy, ECU, you name it, all in order. That is a normal situation, and any environmental aspects which is involved in that manner or in that situation are considered or is considered environmental aspects in or occurring in normal situation. Okay. However, when we talk about abnormal situation over here is when uh, usually referred to when the process or the activity is halted. There is a short hiatus of time that this particular machine's equipment or processes are being interrupted for a desired intention which is planned. For example, scheduled maintenance. Even an annual shutdown, if it is planned or scheduled, those situations and that involve the various environmental aspects occurring in that situation is considered or are considered as environmental aspects in abnormal situation. I hope I got that clear. So let's take a look at emergency situation now. This is a little bit undesirable. It is when when in some instances our factory processes or our administrative processes or whatever institution have we confronting with abrupt change, usually undesirable change. For instance, a sudden power trip, power cut off, and our production and our activity, in short, is in the middle of its processes. You know, a reaction tank, administration, printing is ongoing. Suddenly, there is a power trip, for example, power cut off. The printing machine would stop, and the printed paper is printed only halfway, and it becomes waste, and that is environmental aspect in emergency situation. Or our production mixing, which is using electrical energy, mixing a few petrochemical raw materials and maintain at certain temperature and pressure, which all rely, most of which rely on electrical energy. Suddenly there's a power trip, and that intermediate material, which is not yet complete, for instance, take that as an example, is now becoming waste. It doesn't get to become product because it is literally half cooked. And that is an environmental aspect which is regarded as generated in emergency situation. I hope you got it. Now, in this example, which is a diesel transfer, instead of the diesel 100% in volume flow from the lorry tanker into the storage tank, maybe 1 or 2 ml dropped down as spill. That is diesel before touching the ground. That is diesel that occur as environmental aspects in emergency situation, because how I was trained in Bremen, Deutschland in 1996, my trainer, who is one of the member in developing ISO 14001 in TC207 Geneva, Herr Manfred Born, auf Ökologie und Kommunikation. The office is in Walsrode Straße, Bremen. He drilled me on environmental aspects and life cycle assessment for 3 weeks daily. And according to him, spill, leakage, or in instances, as I've mentioned earlier, production trip, those raw mat, half cooked, literally, are environmental aspects in emergency situation. That's how he put it, and I've been having that in mind and working with ISO 14000 since then until this day, and I say it is correct. Those are, for instance, well, we can regard them as waste, which is environmental aspects in emergency situation. I hope it's clear. So for the diesel transfer, apparently it occurs only in normal and also emergency. The diesel tank or the process doesn't undergo any abnormalities while doing transfer of diesel while at work. It's a contract lorry that comes in fully prepared, transfer diesel from the tank to the storage tank to the factory, and if there is any technical disorder, that would be regarded as emergency situation in the client's premise, in our premise. So it doesn't belong to us, it belongs to the contract. So the presence of diesel in this company is being brought into this company, and that presence is only in normal and emergency situation. I hope you got it. So that is where we have completed as far as the environmental aspects impact evaluation is concerned. For this particular aspect, diesel, it has caught that much, okay? And it has got all the score from magnitude, severity, right up to frequency, duration, and the calculation is such. So it end up as number 84 score. Is it significant for the company? We do not know yet until we do maybe 2 or 3 more environmental aspects evaluation like this. Probably the next video we do dirty spill kit. We start to do evaluation for dirty spill kit or contaminated spill kit, and look how that fare in our aspect impact evaluation. Okay, so that is for diesel. For the next video, we are going to look at the evaluation of another environmental aspect, as I said earlier, dirty spill kit, which is another environmental aspect from this process, so that you are able to have a comparison when we got the result eventually. Thank you very much, YouTube. Thank you very much, subscribers, viewers, and supporters of this channel. I appreciate your presence. As a Malay, I wish everybody in Bahasa Melayu semoga dikurniakan kesenangan, keselamatan, kesejahteraan, kebahagiaan, dan kejayaan kehidupan di dunia dan di akhirat. Until we meet in the next video, to all of you, stay safe, stay healthy. I wish everyone Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.